Hello, I'm the Beauty Professor, and you can find my beauty blog at www.beautyprofessor.net. Today, I'm going to be doing a quick eye look video featuring the Metier de Beaute Kaleidoscope in Carnaby Street, which is a brand new release for fall 2013. I'm on the road again traveling, and so while my camera angle might not be ideal, I'm doing this eye makeup look in real time because I'm about to head out in about 10 minutes for some shopping. So it's my belief that a full eye makeup look doesn't need to take a lot of time, and while there is so much merit in spending an inordinate amount of time blending painstakingly to get that perfect look, I don't usually have that time opportunity afforded to me, so I do the best I can with a few minutes. So as I mentioned, I'm going to be working with the Metier de Beaute Carnaby Street Kaleidoscope, and I have pictures with swatches in various lighting for this gorgeous installment. So just to give you a vision of what's going on here, the Carnaby Street Kaleidoscope, inspired by the swinging 1960s on Carnaby Street in London, features 4 different shades. The first is a very pale peach, which I'll be applying last today. The next is a beautiful kind of green tinged gunmetal right there. Then we have a matte plum that has kind of a dusty, smoky quality that I'll be applying on the crease. And then finally, and this is one that it's breathtaking, this is a kind of teal tinged blue that I'll be using as an accent color on my eyelids. Now, I've mentioned many times over that I tend to appreciate just a single wash of color, but since getting this, I am really enjoying creating kind of a multi-layered look. Okay, so I haven't forgotten that I have concealer under my eyelids right now that has not been blended. That is intentional on my part, albeit looking ridiculous. What I did is I just applied a swath of the Peau concealer in beige, which looks like this. I have it in ochre as well, and I wear that during the summer, but the beige shade I just kind of dot it underneath, and I'm going to leave it there for the duration of my eyeshadow and mascara application so that once everything dries I can pat this in and remove any fallout. It's been one of the better things I've figured out how to do when I'm getting my eyes ready in a hurry. Today I'll be working with my Sephora angled synthetic eyeshadow brush. I believe this is number 234, and I have these in multiples. I have a bunch of them all over my house. I love them that much. And now I'm going to start with the middle shade here, this gunmetal gray, and I'm going to apply a wash of color over the lid. So this has a shimmery quality to it. And Mikey Castillo, my dear friend from Metier de Beaute, who also happens to be the director of color, he likes to put these shades on in layers rather than just choosing one for the day. He has a French term for it. I want to call it like couche de couleurs, but I don't speak French, so I probably butchered that royally. At any rate, I'm going to start by just applying that shade across my eyelid and just blending it in. And I'll go to the other side. You can see that it is a slightly shimmery shade. There is just the slightest bit of green, which I like since my eyes are green. It kind of feels complementary. But this isn't an inordinately dark color. Okay, so I've got that. I would probably be apt to just stop right there, but I will move on. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit right underneath here, just to create a little homogeneous continuity. Done with that layer. On to the purplish shade. And this is a matte shade, so while I just applied a shimmery type shade, a satin shade, I'm now going to put some matte in the crease area of my eyelid there and just kind of draw it out. These colors are so wearable because they're not inordinately dramatic, and I appreciate that, especially on the eyes. I tend to have a less is more approach with eye makeup. Alright, I'm just blending into the crease here, kind of fanning it out a little bit, and then I use my fingers to even out any lines that need to be addressed. I'll put a little more of that color right here in the corner. You can see it's coming along. Okay, and then I'm going to move to the blue shade here, which, as I've said before, it's just brilliant to look at. and I'm sure it would make for an ultimately dramatic eye if I just did this by itself, but clearly that's not happening today. I'm going to just put a tiny bit more in the crease here, just to accentuate that feel. You can kind of see it, but it's not anything overt. Blend that in. And then you can actually, and I love using my fingers for this kind of thing, you can actually just kind of draw it outward. Just create a seamless texture going on there. I'm going to take this peach shade right here, and I'm going to use it in the upper region of the brow area, right in here, and just kind of blend it in so that everything is connected, all the shades, but in a seamless kind of way. So you can see the difference there. This just blends up to the brow nicely. This side, there's still a clear, obvious gap. So now I'm just going to blend in here with this, and this peachy shade is just so subtle that you can't overdo it, nor can you, nor does it translate into like a warm kind of like pink eye, which I am thankful for. I like the fact that it's a very restrained peach, and while it does have some shimmer, it's very subtle. All right, so I can even add a little bit in the corners of my eyes here. Done with that. And on to the last few steps. So I'm going to go ahead and line my lower waterline with the Marc Jacobs Highliner, which is just the most indelible black ink, and it stays in my waterline so nicely, and it just glides on. You can see the instant pigmentation this provides. One line, eyes are suddenly popping. And this will stay on for the entire day. It's not something that goes away. I mean, if I might want to touch it up in the evening if I go back out again, but by and large, this does not move. And I wear contacts, my eyes are sensitive and they're prone to watering, and yet this stays put. So I can only say good things about this pencil thus far. I'm so impressed by its formula. So you can see here now, you see the colors just kind of blending together, the underline. And now the only thing left for me to do is mascara. Today I'm working with the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill Excess Mascara, which is the blackest version. And I'll just start putting this on. A couple of coats. Buff that into my eyelashes. I love how dark this mascara formula is. And even here you can see I got a little bit of mascara where it doesn't belong, and so I'll be able to just effortlessly move that away when I blend the concealer. And I'm going to go ahead and finish my eyelashes and come back. So 2 coats of mascara have been applied, and I'll get very close so you can see the effect. Full dark lashes. Truly, this is just 2 coats applied rather hastily, I might add, because my time is ticking. Now I'm going to make some sense of this situation. I'm going to just go ahead and tap in the concealer. I'm very careful in the delicate under eye area, but making sure to sweep up any errant mascara nice and clean. And the same on this eye. I'm liking the shade Beige in the Clé de Peau concealer for this time because it really adds an extra brightness to the under eye, but it's not so white that it clashes with your probably, or at least in my case, darker foundation. I'm definitely darker than that beige color right now. Alright, so now eyes have been cleaned up, and I'm going to just do one sweep. I haven't added any more product to this brush, but I know there's some residual from previous applications, and I'm just going to go ahead and very close to the line there, just sweep any excess right under here where I might have accidentally moved the concealer too high. So now I still have that under eye effect, a little bit shadowy, but nothing intense. And here's the final look. So a full, complete eye with Carnaby Street, which is easily achieved in about 5 minutes. So while one might think that 4 shades of shadow, and I was one of those people for a long time, 4 shades of shadow could be this time-consuming endeavor, hopefully this video today has shown you otherwise.